Period.
Blow that.
Period. Period. Period.
Shake that.
Period.
Bounce that. Do it, baby. Stick it, baby. Move it, baby. Lick it, baby. Suck up on that click into that pussy. Got a hickey.
Hi. Okay, so I already braided her hair for the quick weave, but I didn't show it on camera because I figured we already know how to do this. But if you don't know how, I just did a braiding pattern for a middle part, but since it's a quick weave, you only need to do about 6 to 8 braids. Okay, so the next product I'm using is Salon Pro Moroccan Argan Oil Weave Wonder Wrap. Ooh, that was long. Okay, so this is used to protect the hair from the glue. So after you put the cap on, you'll put this stuff on top of the cap and you'll just spread it all on there as if it was gel or something. You'll just spread it all on there, all on the braids where you're gonna be gluing the tracks. And once you're done, you're gonna put them underneath the dryer for about 5 minutes until it's all the way dry. Once it's dry, it'll turn into a mask, like a face mask or a little mold. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep putting this all over her hair, everywhere that I'm gonna lay tracks, like right here. You're not gonna put the stuff on the leave out. You're only gonna put it where the tracks are gonna go. And also make sure you don't put the stuff anywhere that you're not wanting the cap to be, because it's gonna make the cap stay in place. Okay, then after that, once you're done, you're gonna take the glue and you're gonna trace the outline of the perimeter. Because once you put them under the dryer and dry everything, that's where you're going to cut the cap at. So the reason we're gluing it is because once we cut the cap, we don't want the cap to roll back up. So the glue is going to keep the cap, you know, down and secure. And also the mask that we put on there is going to keep it down too. But I remember when I first tried this technique, it's so protective that like 2 days later, my tracks was like coming off my head like a whole wig. Like, yeah, it was protective. So now I use the glue, but I don't put it on the edges though. And the reason I don't want to put glue on the edges is because I just don't want to put any extra, you know, unnecessary glue on the edges, because it is the edges. Even though the powder we put on do protect the hair from the glue, there still is a chance that some glue can leak through. So I'm just being safe. Okay, so once you're done with the gluing process, you're going to cut off the rest of the excess cap. So you're cutting off anything that you did not mold down or anything that you did not glue. So basically the perimeter. Okay, so I'm just showing how to put the glue onto the track for people that don't know how. You literally just put the glue on the weft. Okay, so when you're doing a quick weave, you have to measure each track to make sure it fits across the client's hair properly, which is what I just did. I measured it, and once you measure it, you're going to cut it and then put the glue on the track and then lay it down. Once I lay them down, depending on where I place the track, I then go in with the blow dryer to help it dry faster, and also just to make it more secure. And I do this for every track. Some tracks I don't, some I do, but 9 times out of 10 I do. So once again, you're just gonna measure the track. How you measure the track, you literally put it up against the head and you cut however much you need to fit the head side, you know, to fit the track side to side. And then once you have measured it, you're then gonna glue the track, place it on the head or the cap, and then you're gonna go through with a blow dryer to secure it even more and to help it, to help the glue dry even faster. So once again, ladies, I am not just cutting the tracks and gluing. I'm measuring every track that I lay. And you should start from edge to edge and then cut and glue and then blow dry. Don't forget to do it for every single track, because you want to make sure, you know, your quick weave is sitting right, everything's measured right, everything's flat and lined up correctly and all that good stuff. So you're just going to keep doing this until you get all the way to the top. The higher up you get on the head, the shorter the track will get, because you're starting to be almost finished. And just make sure you don't glue anything on the leave out. Just make sure you're just going strictly on top of the cap. So I'm gonna go ahead and speed this video through because I'm literally doing the same thing the entire time. But we use 2 packs of hair for this, 100% human hair. Quick weaves last for about 2 to 3 weeks. And when it's time to take it out, since she has the mask on her head, she can just pull her tracks off of her cap and it'll, you know, they'll come off, but she'll have to wash the cap out. But I wouldn't recommend pulling out anything. Just tell the client to wash everything out with shampoo and water, so that way She's not just snatching, you know, any glue or nothing out her head. It's actually coming off with the water, which will help prevent hair loss. Y'all, finally finished. I'm gluing my last track. So once you glue your last track, your quick weave should look something like this at the top. Give me a second. I'll lean her head over in a little minute. If you got any glue in the hair, just comb it through just how I did, and the glue will come right out. But make sure you're holding the tracks while you're doing so. So yeah, your hair should look like this once you're finished at the top. Right now, I'm just combing through her hair. I'm gonna put my oils and everything in it. Then I'm gonna put her hair into 4 sections so I can iron out the hair. I'm not gonna do the iron out on camera because I'm sure we all know how to do an iron out. So I'll just come back once it's time to cut. Okay, so once you have everything ironed out, you're gonna part out your middle section. You're parting out your leave out. And I had her hold her head like that just to make sure everything was flat and secure. So now I'm gonna start pressing the leave out. The wax stick that I use is Cara wax stick. I use that to help the leave out blend more with the iron out. It just helps with blending. And I'm just gonna keep ironing out her leave out and making sure everything is nice and blended. You can see when I part my leave out, I do small sections so that way I'm evenly putting heat through every pass and everything is really getting ironed out. You don't want to rush your leave out part because this is what helps it look natural. You want to take your time and iron it out nice and right, and make sure you're using the wax stick with every swipe, but not too much because it can get greasy, but it definitely does help and make a difference. So yeah, I'm just ironing out her leave out, just blending. And my client has thick roots, so that's why I had to swipe over the area 3 times. All right, so now it's time to start cutting. We are doing the blunt cut. A blunt cut is just a straight line, a straight cut. In the beginning and the front, what I did was just go ahead and cut my guide. A guide is just what guides you through the whole cut. So it just set how short your hairstyle. You know, it just set where you're gonna cut. So I went ahead and did that in the front. Now what I'm gonna do is just keep following the 2 lines that I cut. And I'm gonna cut that all the way around evenly. And when you do your first cut, it's not going to be even and perfect. You're going to have to keep going through and fixing it up and having her lay her head over and cutting all the undercuts and stuff. So yeah, first thing you want to do is set the whole cut. So I set my 2 points in the front. Then I'm going to cut all the way around evenly, everything else just like that. Then once I'm finished with that, you're not finished. You'll have to then go through and have your client lean their head left to right, front and back, you know, lean all over and clean your cut up and everything. So that's just what I'm doing. And cutting is all about connecting lines. So cutting is literally just making sure you're being even with the other side. That's all. And this is the blunt cut. This is the easiest cut, I believe. It's just a straight across cut. But as you see, it's not as simple as it looks. So yeah, just don't forget that your first cut is not going to be perfect. Your first cut is just to set the mood of the cut, and then you have to go through and clean the cut up, which is what I've been doing this entire time. And y'all, I'm the type of person that want to fix every little thing I see, so yeah, just bear with me. And I'm still just going through cutting the ends. When I put the hair between my fingers and pull down, I do that because it helps the hair stretch as much as it can, and it just allows you to see what all still needs to be cut, and then just show you, you know, everything that's uneven. Don't be scared to cut. Don't be scared to have your client lean her head over. You see, as I lean the head over, you can see all the hairs underneath that are not cut, that's messing the cut up. So that's the point of going over your cut and doing the cleanup and having them scoop their heads over so you can get all that little nasty hair, you know, that was not there when you first did your cut. It's called the undercut. How you get rid of the undercuts, once again, you just have your clients lean their head all the way over. And from them leaning their heads over, it shows you what's underneath the cut, and you just cut all that off. If it's underneath your guide, it gets cut. And don't forget that your guide is what sets your cut. And I'm sorry about the camera angles, y'all. Y'all know I'm still new to this, and I'm gonna learn how to control the camera. It's just hard, you know, because I'm trying to do everything off of a phone. And then I also don't like to try to take too long to record for YouTube because it does slow me down, and I don't like to have my clients waiting so long. So I kind of just like said, forget the camera and just kept going. But yeah, I'm still cleaning up. Cutting does take a little bit, so don't think it's something that you're just gonna rush through. This is the final look, okay, girl, period. How did I do, y'all? Comment down below and tell me how your install went. Oh, girl, and I ain't done yet. Before you leave, make sure you go follow me on Instagram at officialtouchedstylez. Period.
Period.
Blow that.
Period. Period. Period.
Take
Period.
that. Bounce that. Do it, baby, stick it, baby, move it, baby, lick it, baby, suck up on that click into that pussy, gotta hit it.